am Linda Walker, Family and Consumer Sciences Facilitator for the Curriculum Revitalization Project. This webcast has been designed to help Illinois Family and Consumer Sciences secondary teachers understand the process of becoming a Food Service Sanitation Manager Certification Instructor and how to incorporate the required hours of instruction and certification tests into existing state-approved courses. Many industry professionals were interviewed about the necessary skills a secondary student would need to be prepared to enter a career related to a food service industry. It was overwhelmingly noted that a student who has their FSSMC is ahead of other applicants and can assume greater leadership and responsibility as an employee. Typically, they can also negotiate a higher rate of pay. So today, Pat Welsh, FSSMC Program Coordinator for the Illinois Department of Public Health, is joining me to answer specific questions regarding the food service sanitation certifications and guide us through information available from the Illinois Department of Public Health. Welcome, Pat, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to help enlighten us on how teachers in the state of Illinois can receive their State of Illinois Food Service Sanitation Manager Certification Instructor Certification.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I'm happy to be here today.
Good. Okay, first of all, who needs to have a Food Service Sanitation Manager certificate?
If you're in any position of supervisoring in a food service establishment in Illinois, you should be having a Food Service Sanitation Manager certification.
Okay. And does only one person in that facility have to have that?
Depending on the type of facility you are, there are facilities that require someone at all times be certified. So depending on the type of facility, there could be a requirement of more than one person.
Okay, and what are the requirements for getting an FSSMC?
Right now in Illinois, the requirements are that you have to take an approved 15-hour food service sanitation course. You have to take an approved examination and pass with a score of 75% or higher. And you have to apply, fill out an application, and you have to pay $35 to the state of Illinois.
Okay, and what if someone does not pass that test the first time? Can they retake the exam, and do they have to repay the $35?
You can take the exam in a 6-month period. So from the initial date of the exam to 6 months later, you have 2 opportunities to retake the exam. And you don't pay currently for the exam, you pay for the certificate. So once you pass, then you pay for the $35 certificate.
Okay. And once you have that certificate, then how long is it good, and how do you keep it valid?
The certificate is valid for 5 years, and in every 5-year time period, the current requirements are you have to have a minimum of a 5-hour refresher course.
Okay, that's doable. Where can you find the FSSMC courses?
You're going to go to the State of Illinois website, and you're going to find the state website at www.idph.state.il.us. And then you're going to scroll down. On the right-hand side, there will be a box that says Food Sanitation Manager Certification Courses. You'll click on that box. You'll see a map of the state of Illinois, and you're going to click on which county you would like to take the course in. So you click on the county, and then there's courses list for that county. And if you find a county, some of the smaller counties may not have a course going on currently, so you would click on any of the surrounding counties closest to you, and you'll be able to find a course. And you'll see the courses listed. You'll just contact the instructor and find out the exact location of the course and the cost of the course.
Okay, and that is a 15-hour course, correct?
Correct. And you can also find refresher courses on that same website.
And how many hours is the refresher course?
5.
Okay. And could a family consumer science teacher offer the FSSMC to students who are in a nutrition or culinary arts class?
Yes, we currently have teachers out there in the high schools doing this, and this is a very doable class that can be incorporated into existing courses.
Wonderful, because that is really the purpose of this webcast, is to show teachers how they can receive their instructor certification. So what about a course that prepares students to work in a child care facility?
Yeah. Any place where they have food, which the child care facilities have food, food service sanitation courses are a very good class to have.
Okay. And what would the teachers need to do to be able to offer the certification in their current classes?
Well, what they'd want to do is they'd want to contact the Illinois Department of Public Health, myself, and I could send you an application for to become an instructor. You would fill out the application and you're going to send it to me to approve. And once you're approved, then you'll have to come to Springfield to take the instructor exam.
Okay, and is Springfield the only place that you can take that initial exam?
Correct.
Okay. I understand that there are additional documents that must be submitted with that application. Can you expand on those?
Yeah, the one requirement is you have to have your manager certification, so you'll have to submit a copy that you have your Illinois Food Service Sanitation Manager Certificate. You'll have to send a copy of that you have a minimum of a high school education, so either your high school or your college diploma or transcripts is fine. And you also either have to have 15 hours of science credits at college, or you have to have 2 years of experience as a food service sanitation manager.
Okay, is there a syllabus that is used in these classes, and is it a set syllabus, or can the teacher, does she have any flexibility with that syllabus?
Yeah, if you're going to develop your own syllabus, there's guidelines, or you can use the state syllabus. And we always attach in the application, I send a copy of the state syllabus. You can use that. You can develop one of your own, and then you just have to submit that with your application.
Okay, could, if a teacher wanted to teach this in different classes, could they theoretically submit other syllabuses?
Sure. You can submit for any different, you can have as many syllabuses as you want.
Okay.
But generally most people adapt the same one, that they use the same one.
Sure, and I can understand that. So this could be offered in a child care class, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And after the application has been submitted, what's the next step?
The next step is if it's approved, then schedule you to come to Springfield. We offer the instructor exam in Springfield one time a month, and it's generally the first Thursday of the month. So you'd come in the morning, we give the exam, and in the afternoon we go through the instructions and give you an instructor handbook on how to get your courses into the system.
Okay. And is there a cost for that exam?
There is no cost for the state instructor exam.
Okay. And where and when is the exam given?
It's given here in Springfield at the Illinois Department of Public Health at 525 West Jefferson Street. So we give all that information once you're approved.
Okay. And then, does the teacher get some type of a study guide, or is there a class to prepare for this instructor's exam?
There is a candidate study guide, and it's really for the manager program, but manager certification, but it's the same resources in that study guide that the instructor should be using to study for the instructor exam. The questions are more difficult than the manager certification, but they're based off obviously what the managers need to know. So the instructors just have a more difficult question.
And what percent do they need?
And the instructors need 90% or higher.
Okay. And if or when the teacher passes or takes the test, how long will it be before he or she knows that they have passed?
In a week or less.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And what happens if they don't pass the test? Can the exam be retaken?
They have one more opportunity to take the exam, and they can do that at one of our regional offices. So that's the advantage of, we have you in Springfield, we can do your training, but if you don't pass, then you can take the retake at one of our regional offices, which may be closer to where you live.
Sure. Okay, earlier we said that original certificate is valid for 5 years. How long is the instructor certificate valid for?
The instructor's certification is valid for 5 years, and you have to have 20 continuing education hours for renewal every 5 years.
And how would the instructor get those hours?
The state, we offer training courses every year, and we also have approved conferences you can go to, and if you choose to go to something else, you need to get it approved in advance. And
Through you?
that's through me, and then I can let you know if we'll approve it for credits.
Okay. And how is this renewed?
It's renewed every 5 years, and you'll get an application for renewal, and you just apply for renewal.
Okay. So once the teacher has met the qualifications to achieve the instructor status, how do they go about giving the exam to the students after the students have had their 15 hours of class instruction?
What we do is, that's part of the afternoon on the day when you're in Springfield. We go through how do you get your classes enrolled in the system, because you have to be on the state web portal to be able to register your classes. And what we do is we send you the exams prior to your exam date. And then you'd be giving it to your students, and then you send it back to the state for grading.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for helping us with this. And teachers throughout the state, now you know Pat, you know who to call, and you know what website to go to for all of this additional information. And again, the website at the Illinois Department of Public Health is www.idph.state.il.us. And if you have any questions, you will find Pat's contact information on the next slide. Thank you very much for joining us for this webcast, and I hope that this will help you in the process of becoming a certified instructor so that you can help your students receive the certification.